What's going good, YouTube? I hope everyone's having a great day. Hoping y'all having a great Sunday. Again, I want to tell y'all thank y'all for the love. I see my track apps video is getting more and more views. It ain't a lot, but shoot, I just hit 2,000. So that's progress for me. So I'm happy for it. I'm happy for those 2,000 people that didn't know how to access their track apps. Now know how to access them. So thank you guys. And I hope you're out there having fun with your track apps. I hope you're learning how to use them. And I hope answer all your questions about the track apps. If there's anything else, just leave it in the comments. Hit the like, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so I will be notified if there's anything I need to ask. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and list the 5 things I hate about owning a 2021 Mustang GT. And I'm just going to kind of dive right in. So, we're just going to get into it. Number one of the main things I hate about this car is my back seats, man. Like, man, let me just take y'all to the back and show y'all this nonsense, bro. Like, man. Like, dog, for real, we ain't got no back seat space at all. I can barely fit my box of tissues down there. It's the winter. You know, people get colds and stuff. You got to keep a box of tissues on deck. But, like, there's no room. For someone my height, if you're stuck in the back behind me, you will have no room. As you can see, the roof arches up here. It gives you headspace, and then as it comes back, it slants down. You, my height, your head hitting this roof. You hitting the roof liner, buddy. There's no getting around it. There's no backseat room. And yes, I get it. We don't buy Mustangs for the backseat room. I'm fully aware. But with that being stated, and we're not buying it for the backseat room, I do need to state that sometimes you might just be out with the homies and one extra one might want to come along, or you might see one of the homies walking and you decide to pick him up or help somebody. They're not going to be comfortable in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just not. So if you got a lot of friends and y'all like to cruise together in the same car, a Mustang wouldn't be ideal. I would honestly recommend the Scat Pack at that. I'm just being honest, but that's just what it is. But on to the next thing. As you can see, the next reason I hate it is I did get the 10-speed. I skipped down the manual. I got the 10-speed. Performance-wise, I absolutely have no regrets going for the 10-speed. Performance-wise, it is the better decision. Fun-wise, the worst decision. But with the MT82 transmission for the manual transmission of this car having so many issues, I don't think I would have been having much fun with the transmission constantly messing up. Now with the Tremec that was in the 05 to 09 Mustang, that transmission was a lot of fun. I had an 05. I had to sell it. Sadly, she's gone, but that was Project Phoenix I was working on. I had to let her go. That was a true transmission. It was fun. It was lovely. It was exciting. I loved it. But I chose to get the 10-speed. And honestly, what convinced me was my cousin. And at one point, I owned a BMW M3 46. Wanted to build the GTR for Most Wanted. And couldn't find the manual. Ended up getting the SMG transmission. Fell in love with the SMG. For those of you that don't know what it means, sequential manual gearbox. It literally drops like a manual, but in the form of an automatic. It's weird because there's no park, reverse, neutral, or drive. It's just like you put it in gear and you have reverse and neutral. That's it. Like, you got to pull the handbrake to park the car. Like, there is no sliding the gear shifter and park. So if you're on a hill, it rolls backwards like a manual. You literally shift the car without using the clutch is what it is. But anyways, aside from that, knowing what that SMG transmission could do made me decide to go ahead and give the 10-speed a chance, because I actually got gapped by either 6-speed or 7-speed, whatever speed Mustang it was an S550, whether it was an 18 or up or 15 through 17, they pulled on me, and they pulled on me hard. Now, we all know the BMW only came with like 330 horsepower, and the Mustang was pushing 100 more. But that BMW is exceedingly light, like crazy light. So, I mean, it could have been the raw horsepower, but he pulled on me pretty good. I didn't have my car in insane mode because that car comes with an insane mode, and it is insane. But nonetheless, to be honest, I don't think it would have mattered the way he pulled. I don't think it would have mattered. But aside from that, you know, I didn't get the manual. I went with the auto. No regrets about the performance of it or the well-being of it. No regrets there, all right? I enjoy the 10-speed. I just don't have fun like I did when I was rolling my own gears. When I had that third little pedal down here to have fun, put the car in neutral and just rev her out. I can't do that like I used to. I miss that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But we're going to move on to the next one. And aside from it not being a manual, the third thing I hate about this car is I do not have the heated steering wheel. Didn't get it. And we'll get into that on the next part of the thing that I hate. But this model, or excuse me, not the model, this Mustang did not have the heated steering wheel opt-in. I did not do a special order. I was looking for a car, was in desperate need of one, and just knew I wanted a newer Mustang and knew it had to be 18 and up. Well, not 18 and up. I knew it had to be new. I didn't want to buy a used car and deal with somebody's issue. I had to be the only owner. And this was the only one they had. They had two Mustangs. This one and another one. And I chose this one, and that will be in the last part of the video as into why I chose this. But I went with this because it was a premium, but it did not have the heated steering wheel. As I found out later on, was very disappointed. So we're going to move on to the next part of the video, which will explain why I didn't get the heated steering wheel. And I'm also cue you on the spot. So the reason this car did not come with the heated steering wheel, it seems I did not have the 1001A package. All right. That is the one with the fully digital cluster gauge. You get that model, it supposedly comes with a full-on heated steering wheel with the customizable, gauges that actually change. Like, you can change them. They change with the mode of what you set the car in. You have your mode button down here, your steering comfort, you got your traction control, and then, your hazards. The gauge changes with what mode you set the car in, which I thought was the coolest. But because I didn't have that, that comes optional with the heated steering wheel. And I don't have that cluster, so I did not get the heated steering wheel. And I'm not going to lie, in this type of weather in Oklahoma, I prefer to have a heated steering wheel. That's just what it is. I'm out, I'm working 10, 12-hour shift at work. I come out. My car's been snowed over. I end up finally getting in, and my steering wheel is ice. And my seat is ice. Don't like it. Now, with this model, don't got to worry about the seats or the rest of the car really being cold because I do have the automatic start. But the steering wheel will be the last thing to warm up. So, you know what I mean. The seats are already heated. I got the heat blowing out. The heat isn't directly on the steering wheel, so parts of it are still cold. That's just what it is. I took the L there, guys. I took the L. Man, I dropped the ball there. I should have made sure, but I didn't. But I knew I needed a car and I wanted one, and I made sure it was a Mustang. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. So I didn't get the heated steering wheel because I don't have the digital dash, and not having the digital dash is indeed the fourth thing that I hate about this car. Really wanted the digital dash. The digital dash really sets this car alive on the inside. It really just makes it look up to date. I love it. And I wish I had it. I know it's an aftermarket feature. I just wish I didn't have to go aftermarket with it to have gotten it. You know what I'm saying? So, didn't get the digital dash. And this next one, we're going to have to step outside the car. But we're going to go on to the next one. And the fifth thing I hate is the car is not my favorite color. We got this lovely rapid red here, and I dig rapid red to a degree. You can't really see it right now, the sun's going down, but when the sun hits it directly, it's actually a pretty bright red. This is a tri-coat, all right? So without the sun, it appears really dark, but when the sun hits it, the color really brightens up, and it's a lovely color. Red is my fourth, but I'm more into that race red, like that red that really stands out. This is still too much of a dark color for me, and if you see the ripples in my fender, yes, they're there. It annoys me. I'm upset about it, but I'll fix that later. But I would have preferred to have gotten this car in black, blue, or white. Just straight gloss black is what I would have preferred. But sadly for me, I wasn't able to find this car in just straight gloss black or grabber blue or velocity blue. They didn't have any of those. I would have had a special order. And I didn't have the time to wait to put in the special order and wait 6 months for them to get me my car. I needed one like right then within the next few days. And I'd already called a lot of Ford dealers, and this was the only one that had a Mustang. So here's where we get into why I ended up accepting this color and not the 1001A and all that. So I knew I had to get a premium. I already had a premium Mustang. It was a premium 05. I was not downgrading to a non-premium Mustang. Wasn't going to do it. They had this one, and they had another one in the shade of red I would have liked. If this would have been a brighter red, I'd have been cool with it. But the one that was in the shade of red that I would have wanted was the EcoBoost. Get the color you want and get the EcoBoost, or get a slightly offset color that you can put up with and still love the car and get the V8. I went with the V8. I'm not going to cap you. I had a V8. I was getting another V8. I got the V8. So, and it was a sunny day, so the color was real bright, but I noticed when the sun was setting, it was going down, you know, I realized, yo, this is a tri-coat. The color's it's really shifting. So that's why I went with this model. They didn't have one with the 1001A package for me to get the custom digital dash and for me to get the heated steering wheel. They didn't have that. I knew that when I was getting my premium Mustang that this is what I wanted. This right here, this dash, this little center console right here, and these toggle switches. These toggle switches are amazing. I don't know what it is. I really like these. To me, it's a real race car look aesthetic. Like, it just really looks real race car like. And I hate that the new Mustang, the Dark Horse, does not have these anymore. I hate that it doesn't have these. I really thought this was a cool feature to have in the car. I made it real race car like. I really did. The fact that Dark Horse doesn't have it, I hate. But this whole center display is what I wanted. That little real teeny tiny screen up here, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I knew I had to get the premium. But with that being stated, I ended up getting the premium model I wanted. I got the Mustang I wanted. I just didn't get the color that I wanted. I would have preferred grabber blue, velocity blue. I believe Oxford white is the brightest white they got, or just the darkest black that they had. You know, any of those I'd have been able to get and been happy with. I wouldn't have wanted a color change because I like blue, black, and white. They're my favorite colors. Red is the fourth, and all of them are kind of like together in like the number one spot. Like, either one of those I'm happy and content with. Like, every time I walk out, I'm like, dang, my car looked good, but it'd look better if it was black, blue, or white. To me, because that's my personality. I prefer those colors. That's just what I would have favored. I say that while wearing a black and red hoodie though. But you know, the black part, and I got the white, but like I said, not so much on the red. But nonetheless, black, blue, and white are my favorite colors. Wasn't crazy fond of the red, but I knew I could settle with it. I would be able to deal with it, and I would be happy with the car. But those are the 5 things I hate about owning a 2021 Mustang GT is the small back seat room, no heated steering wheel, it's not a manual, and the fact that I do not have the full digital dash and I wasn't able to get the car in my favorite color. Honestly, those are like literally some of the only regrets I have with this car about not getting it how I wanted. Other than that, I think it's an amazing platform. I really do. I have no complaints about its performance, really, honestly, at all. And the sound of the exhaust, the fact that they gave us active exhaust, I love. Because when I'm leaving work in the morning, I have my car on quiet mode. I do not have to worry about waking up my kids. And that will be for another video on the 5 things I like about owning a 2021 Mustang GT. Hope y'all have a great evening. I hope y'all like the content. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for me. Help us grow out here. We're doing everything we can. So I really want to bring you guys more content and bring y'all some excitement and some entertainment. Only way to do that is to help the channel grow. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate the love. Have a nice, blessed day.